my name's Siobhan. I'm the editorial coordinator at AJ right now. I'm an undergrad student in environmental studies, also minoring in English, and I'm super interested in communicating environmental issues. This co-op placement at AJ for me has been an amazing experience so far, just being able to grow as a writer and communicator and learn so much about it. But something I haven't really done yet is using different forms of media to communicate and just talking about environmental issues. So that's my next challenge on the job, and I'm going to be producing this little series of videos, I guess, and taking you on a few nature walks. To be completely honest, this is super out of my comfort zone because, first of all, I'm sure a lot of people feel this way, but it's so cringy to hear your voice recorded. I'm not used to recording myself, so bear with me as I try and record myself through a forest and not trip. Speaking of getting out of your comfort zone, my first co-op job in university was working for a summer camp as the nature director. So I was doing all their outdoor education curriculum and teaching tons of kids, not to mention like leading campfires, doing skits, singing songs in front of tons of people. And I am a super quiet, introverted person, so that was a big leap for me. And it was really like my comfort zone was here, and I was just like tossed right out of it and thrown into this camp atmosphere. But it was so much fun, and it was really transformational for me. And I really grew so much as a communicator from that experience. I think being able to communicate environmental issues in a really understandable and motivating way to people of all ages is a really underrated skill, because we need to be able to communicate these things in order to progress the environmental movement. And I really think that at the core of it, we just need to be able to have those tough conversations with people who maybe their views are not the same as ours. Maybe they don't believe in climate change. Having those tough conversations is really at the core of this movement, to get everybody on board, because ultimately people are going to be the ones who make change, and we need all people to make that change. And I think we could all use a little bit more practice with those conversations and becoming better environmental communicators. So these videos, this one in particular actually, is my first step into becoming a better communicator and more effective speaker, not just to give presentations and speeches and lead meetings and that sort of stuff, but being able to have everyday, regular, one-on-one conversations with people, just being more comfortable with that, because we're not always going to be able to check our sources and, take as long as we need to write up that perfect sentence. And I'm totally guilty of that because I'm a writer, and that's how I communicate best. And taking my time and thinking things through, I can do that, no problem. But speaking on the spot is, my weakness, and that's where I'm hoping to improve and practice and work on. Although I'm not going to tell you how many times I tried to record this video. But yeah, so this is my first step. Now, what is your first step going to be?